Well, if I was going to talk to a foster parent or a biological parent or any caregiver that's working with a child who has challenging behavior, I would say, first of all, that it is hard, and you need to accept that, and it's okay to admit that it's hard, and that you can't necessarily do it alone. I think we tend to think if I can just muster up the strength, I'm going to be able to fix this. But challenging behavior has developed over long periods of time. It's complicated. It probably happens in a variety of settings, and you're going to need help, and you're going to need other people to support you in this process. So it's important to know that, and it's okay to ask for that help. I think the other thing I would say is that many challenging behaviors feel very personal. They feel like it's something the child is doing to you. And many times the things they say will be aimed at you. They will be very specific about the things that you are sensitive about. And it can be very hard to separate out in those moments that what they're doing is not who they are, because you feel understandably very upset by the behaviors that children are expressing. So I think it's really important to remember that behavior is expressing a need, and in any way possible that you can remind yourself of that is incredibly important, especially in the moment when those behaviors are happening, because often not reacting in a negative way is the first step, partially to building trust, but also to changing the pattern. And it's very hard to do that when someone's just called you a bad parent or told you they hate you, or a million things that kids will say in an effort to reject you. So trying to really keep in mind, this is not about me. This behavior is not aimed at me. It's not about who I am. It's the way this child knows how to interact with the world. And I think also I would say that it takes time, that we want to look for progressive, slow change in the direction we want to go, and sometimes that might not be easy to see. But if you are looking for magic overnight change, it's not going to happen. But you will see change with consistent efforts. They're just going to be slower and over time. And so in order to get through that, you're going to need that support, and you're going to need some people who can take that burden off of you and share it with you and give you breaks, because it's a really hard task to change behavior, and you've got to be committed to that consistent process. You're going to have ups and downs. Behavior is not linear. It doesn't sort of move in one direction and only in one direction. So things may get worse, they may get better. You may have to change approaches, and there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's just the natural way that humans interact with each other, and if you stick with it, you really can make a difference in a kid's experience and how they are successful in the world.